Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, internet beware. Sound the klaxons of warning. It's showtime. Hi, guys. Welcome again. Hope your weekend is kicking ass, as I required. My Necro, who will be a ritualist when he grows up wearing the ritualist gear. We're supposed to get the ritualist spec in October on the 28th. I believe I was doing storyline content here. Personal story content. The third chapter, trying to track down Kellak. I need one more, right? Yep. Right. Over here. Yep. Okay, good.
How do you do?
Fix me up, and then buy my junk. All right. The Pirates of the Ravenous can tell you more about Kellak's plans. Let's see. I think the fastest way is probably going to be from there. Good evening to whomever has joined me. Thank you. Bonk. Pardon my bonk. Kellak. Alright, we've got the pirates over there. Fastest way of getting over there. Beetle time. And yeah, I'm not a very good beetle driver, but in this particular case, don't have to be. Let's get another point so we can actually get a real elite spec. Wasn't intending to do this, but I saw the hero point, and so yeah. Big one more little one to go, and oh, missed the other one. That's it. That's the completed hero point. Swap back to the sky scale. Grab the actual elite, the flesh golem. The sad tale of the ravenous. Hey, fat buddy. Hope your weekend is kicking ass. You know, because we require that around here. Brainlessly leveling up a Necro. Minion Necro. Pretty easy to level up. Ihan.
Advocate, over here. Keep your voice low.
Okay.
The pirates are still spooked from Kellak's attack. They won't be quick to trust newcomers.
We need them to tell us what they know. How do we get them to talk?
Don't worry, Advocate. The Order's been thinking ahead. It's what we do. The Order of Whispers is the oldest organization in Tyria. We've managed to survive
Except for
this
the
long because
PTA,
we always have a
obviously.
plan.
All right, Ihan, I'm listening. What do you suggest we do?
I've hidden special torches on the outskirts of the pirate camp. They're enchanted with pure life force by a priest of Melandru. The power of these torches will draw in the undead, but nobody else will notice the difference.
Draw in the undead. That's dangerous. People could get hurt.
Yeah, but they're just people.
These are no innocents, Advocate. They're pirates. And a cutthroat bunch at that. Bear that in mind. Disguise yourself and attempt to join the crew. When the undead attack, prove yourself defending the camp. They'll trust you after that.
It's a kind of a
I'll maintain the torches
half-brained,
and watch for
harebrained
undead.
idea.
I'll be
Ihan.
nearby in case the situation escalates out of control. Yes?
Work on my swagger, my swearing, and my slang. Our mateys. I'll light the torches. Fire, smoke she be arising. Captain Barnacus.
You there! If you have business, speak to Captain Barnacus. Otherwise, shove a ho-ho and a bottle of
Don't get in my way.
Barnacus?
Splendid view, isn't it? Only thing missing is our bloody ship. We never should have let that Seraph dog board the Ravenous again.
Ravenous died a noble death, Captain. On fire and full of holes. She went down fighting, like the grand dame she was.
Aye, that she did. That she did. Here, who's this new lubber come to stare at us?
Reporting for duty, Captain. They call me Yardarm, Rock Dog of the Eastern Sea.
Rock
I hear you're looking
dog.
for a new crew.
Rock dog.
You heard wrong. We're looking for brothers and sisters of fortune. Sailors that'll stand by us when the blood starts flowing. Now sling your hook before I...
Captain, the undead are back! We're under attack!
Damn them! Look alive, scallywags! Time for some payback.
Arr.
You there, Yardarm! If you want to earn a berth on my ship, draw your weapon and risk your neck with the rest of us.
I'll draw me weapon and risk me neck then, Captain. That's what I'll be doing. It's not even Talk Like a Pirate Day, although it is exactly 2 months from Talk Like a Pirate Day, September 19th. See? See what you learn around here? I mean, nothing particularly important. But it is knowledge.
Kill everything.
Am I resurrecting? I don't know. One of the other pirates, presumably? I'll let my boys deal with them. While we're rezzing this poor individual. I have just leveled. That's level 35. Get up, first mate. Alright, everybody's back alive again. Another wave of them coming. Oh no, you guys just stay there and rest. I'll take care of all of the undead pirates.
Everything.
Kill everything is not a very imaginative approach. Alright, Captain Barnacus. Our matey. Okay, we got 10 more points. The next opens at 45, I think? Yeah, 45, and we're 35, so we'll start stocking some points up over here. Let's see. Spite. We'll go with Spite. And we'll, when we have extra points left over, start adding on to those as well.
Don't get in my way.
You did well, Yardarm, but if you're looking to join my crew, fighting ain't enough. You need a sharp wit, too. Wit? What does that have to do with anything? Listen here, matey. My crew has to settle scores with words, or we'd kill each other off. Speak with Gates. She'll set you to rights. I have logged in and received points. First mate Gates. I rezzed you. Now you ready for your ears to turn blue, Yardarm? I'm ready as you are, Gates. Alrighty, here we go. Shut your hatch, you lily-livered bilge rat. What did you call me, you grog-guzzling blowfish? That's the spirit. You trying to intimidate me, you lice-infested hammock hanger? I'm not just trying, you pox-faced scab. You're shaking in your boots. I'm not a peasant. Your peasant is not much of a snappy retort. Your mother was a cowherder. Again, that's just not, you know. You need him to be snappy. Good one. I'll gut you like a trout, you scurvy, bucktooth, flea-bitten child of a sea hag. Bring it on, you seafaring, tide-turning, half-witted poop deck. Ooh, that was amazing. Well done, you salty dog. Captain, this is a good one. Hooray, I knew I could do it. Captain Barnacus will see you now.
You fight like a pack of wolves, Yardarm. I take you aboard in the blink of a mermaid's eye. Trouble is, my ship is busy cozying up with the seafloor. Gates, you tell the tale. Laying out our bad luck will set me to weeping like a quaggan.
A seraph by the name of Kellock came calling on our seer. Naturally, we thought we'd feed him to the sharks, but he had coin and promise of more. We plundered an Orient cruiser, plucked her treasures right under the old dragon's nose. Kellock wanted the lot. We sold him for a pretty penny. Then he comes back a few nights later, screaming for the seer Alastia Crow. He grabs her by the throat and says he'll kill her unless she removes some curse he's under. Behind him come undead like the plague. He ignores them, doesn't even know they're there, and I hear Alastia whisper to him, blood of royalty. Kellock stabs Alastia and rushes off screaming, leaving us there to the mercy of the undead. They scuttled our ship and ruined everything.
We were having a party.
That's the sad story of the landlocked Ravenous. These are bitter days to be a pirate.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm looking for work as a sailor, not a sellsword. If your ship's not seaworthy, it's best we part ways.
No hard feelings. Although, First Mate Gates, if you're free after this, buy you a cappuccino?
Yes?
My little undead attack went off without a hitch. How to play with the pirates. I still think it was risky, but it paid off in spades. I know what Alastia has told Kellock. Risk is measured by reward, Advocate. What'd you find out? After he was interrupted, he went to Alastia to find out how to remove the dragon's curse. Remove it? That's not possible. Blackhand's corruption can't be undone. We know that, but Kellock didn't. And Alastia lied. She told him he needed the blood of royalty. By Melandru, Kellock's going to attack Queen Jenna. Well, perhaps this will encourage her to put on some shoes so that she can run faster. We must send word to Captain Thackeray right away. I'll meet you back in Dewey's Reach. I have mail. That will be the daily drop.
That looks valuable.
Gathering yield? It is fairly valuable. I mean, these things could be sold. For some chunks of change, anyway. I'm just curious, you know. 7+ silver each for those. That one's bound. So it can't be sold. Alright, where are we off to? Oh yeah. Wrong button. Right button. You'd be well served, everyone, to always hit the right button. Don't hit the wrong button. go. Showtime, as I am wont to say.
Captain Thackeray, I'm glad you're here. We've got an urgent situation.
Not really.
Kellick's been corrupted by Orion artifacts. The pirate Alastia told him that the Queen's blood will cure the corruption.
Duena's mercy. I have to protect the Queen. We
Dwayne is
can't let him
gone,
near her.
loser.
I think the undead are following him because he has the artifact. As long as he's out there, they'll be right on his heels.
We don't have much time. The undead mob he's leading is just getting bigger. Kellock's growing more dangerous by the second.
We can't just think of the Queen. We have to think of Kryda. If we just defend her, Logan, Kellick will destroy every town from Lion's Arch to Divinity's Reach.
You're right. Damn it.
Damn it.
When it comes to my duty to the Queen,
Yeah, we
never
know.
mind. I'm listening.
simp.
What's the plan?
It's time to assault Kellock head-on. In the vigil, we swear an oath to stand between the darkness and the light. The only way to be sure is to face this threat directly. Advocate, join us. You'd make a fine member of the vigil, and I'd be proud to
No,
fight by your
thanks.
side.
Your
Don't be
your
thick-headed,
ponytail is
Loki.
crooked. I'm sorry.
Knowledge is power. The Durman Priory's research is
No, I don't
conclusive.
care how much
The
studying
advocate
you've
would be
done.
much better suited
Knowledge
among
isn't
our
power.
scholars.
Knowledge is knowledge,
Come,
and power
advocate.
is power.
We can use the
One
Mortis
may be
Verge
used for
enchantment
the
to
other,
protect
but
the
if
Queen.
you can't tell the
and
difference,
neutralize
I'm not
this
interested
threat
in you.
intelligently.
Kellick has
And
two things
Ehan,
on his
well,
side. An army of undead. And
what can
complete
I say?
insanity.
I like
We have to use cunning,
one
lure
paw
him in,
Char,
and then trick him into destroying himself.
and you know,
The Order of Whispers wants you
Forgel
on our
is
side,
fine.
Advocate. All you have to do is say the word.
but
All right, everyone. Give me a moment to discuss my options with Captain Thackeray.
the Order of
Then I'll let
Priory,
you know how
the
I'm
Priory
going
of
to proceed.
Cylon, whatever it is. Siren, that mentor is just so badly written. It's just terrible.
I'm on duty.
What do you think about it? How do I join an order? I'm ready to join an order.
Too rich for my blood. Next payday, I'll be back.
Hello there. Agent Eham,
Yes?
I'll join the Order of Whispers. Kellock is only the beginning. Doodly doopy doot doot. And see. Let's see. 344 for the staff. Dagger. Go with the dagger, I guess. We currently have 243 and a 276. So that one goes there. We have 3 bags. We got pants we can't wear. Chest we can't wear. And a dagger, which is very slightly better. Okay. We'll now deconstruct
Threshold achieved.
the unusable items. Consume the luck. Move that over there. And we'll go save the queen. Yeah, somebody's got to do it. She can't always be counting on Logan. Thank you. We'll sell those. And we're heading right upstairs. Into the throne room. I am doing fine. Etheric pulse bombs.
There you are, Initiate. Are you ready to lay a trap for our friend Kellick?
I am, Ehan. Are your agents prepared?
Our agents, my friend. You're a member of the Order of Whispers now. We all work as one. Everything's arranged. We've set traps throughout the room, and we'll create a magical duplicate of Queen Jenna to distract Kellick.
But the real Queen Jenna will be safe, right?
Oh, Logan.
Absolutely.
Logan.
You have my word on the honor of our order.
Good. Kellock's been sighted near the palace grounds. He should be here any minute now.
We'll arm the pulse bombs.
Success!
The bomb should be easy to arm. They've been strategically placed and just need activation.
Pulse bombs. Before I forget, summon the mobs. If this is a commercial solicitation where you're looking to get some money from me, no, you can't ask me something.
The bomb should be ready now. Good timing. Kellick's here.
I am not interested in any art or anything you can offer to improve my stream.
Your Majesty, my beloved Queen, Jenna, you have to listen. I won't hurt you. I just need your blood. It will save Kryta.
Corporal Kellick, drop your weapons and surrender. You're not thinking clearly.
No, I need her blood. Royal blood. Don't you understand? It can cure the corruption. Make us all free.
It's not true. Alastia Crow lied to you, Kellick. She did this just to endanger the Queen.
No. No, you're wrong. There has to be a way.
Yeah, I've seen enough of those. Jukebox, how you doing tonight?
I'll kill you all.
That was feign compliments and interest. But unsurprisingly,
I'll take you. I won't give in. No, you won't stop me.
was that everybody? Yes, we took care of everyone.
Poor Kellick. His mistakes were rooted in his love for Queen and country.
So many mistakes. Made for all the right reasons. The Queen could have been killed by someone who loved her. Even... I mean, it really makes
Logan, you are just so
it's
pathetic.
all right, Logan. The Queen is safe. Focus on the future. And Kryta will stay safe too.
Sort of, yes.
Well done, Initiate. You showed tremendous cunning and nerve.
The expansion comes out.
You're a
I
member
buy
of
the
the Order of
expansion,
Whispers.
new character slot,
Now
new
for the
character
rest of
slot,
your
new
initiation.
character. Decide
Go
to make it
Lion's
Necro.
Arch. There you'll
Because
be
the
contacted
Ritualist
by
is
an
coming, I
Apple
go with the
merchant.
Ritualist
Meet with him to get
outfit
your first
as well.
formal assignment.
So,
I look forward
mostly
to it.
yes.
It's time to be part of a bigger world. Logan, are you all right? You seem rattled.
I'm glad Jenna's safe, but I realize now
That's
that her
Queen
safety is
Jenna to
temporary.
you.
Everything is temporary.
You shoe sniffer.
Unless the dragons can be stopped. The dragons can't be defeated by one person, or even one nation. There has to be another way. Do you
One
think we can
really good
overcome our
surface-to-air missile?
Make up for the things we've done?
I know we can, Logan. Mistakes make us human. It's rising up again that makes us heroes.
You're right. I've been too focused on keeping the Queen safe. I love being at her side, but maybe that's not where I can best defend.
That's true.
Or
You're entirely right. They may have
An old
wanted
friend
to
named Keith asked me to meet
save
her
me
at
20% of my
Lion's
car
Arch.
insurance.
I think I'll take her up on that.
I think that's an excellent
Is that
idea.
Geico?
I'll see you in
Those
Lion's
Geico
Arch.
ads that are the 20% on your auto insurance? But we have succeeded. We win.
All done.
All done. And part of my reward is a gun I can't use. We'll go with Celestial because it's a little bit of everything. And I'm a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll. I'm not country at all. And I'm not rock and roll. I mean, I like rock and roll. I listen to rock and roll. But I myself, personally, I would not describe myself as rock and roll. We have new boots. New boots. Mean it is a new item of attire, and as is tradition around here, while leveling, the new item of attire gets us new dice. These can be terrible. They can be horrifying. Let's find out. That's pretty not great. We've got pastel blue, sherbet, lemonade, and ruby red. Those are the colors we got. They can't always be winners. Let's see. I have most of these. Okay. All right, the first 5 I have are all already unlocked. Spear gun. Shield. Torch. Trident and Warhorn. No, Warhorn we've got. Sorry. Trident, torch. Torch. How's the torch look? It's pretty plain, but sure, we'll go with torch. And we'll deconstruct these, and then we're off to do some more map completion. Now, normally, I just wear whatever items I have. So, I would look like that. But those would also need dyeing, so we'll dye that, just so you can have a comparison. So, I could look goofy, or goofier. But hey, this character is going to be a ritualist when he grows up. So there's that. Alright, let's see. I believe Kessex is the one we've done the most work in. Where we haven't finished off the map yet. Yeah. So it's Kessex. We'll be doing Kessex Hills. We are probably like 6% done with this map or something like that.
Oh, calm now. It's a simple
10% done with this map.
You'll only die if your husband doesn't pay.
Let's go ahead and
really nothing to get.
bust out the billion minions. This must be an event. I don't recall ever seeing it. Everybody's invulnerable, so it's one of those.
Please, I need your help. Help! My mom's been taking
You got me!
Splody knockbacks. Okay, I got that.
Please, I need your help.
I'm helping. How much more help do you want?
Thank the gods you came along.
Indeed, thank the gods I came along. They're just so lucky. They don't even know.
Leave me be.
That's a suspicious bush. I don't know what really makes a suspicious bush, although evidently that is one of the things that makes a suspicious bush. And I don't have good enough tools for this zone. We will have to remedy that at the first opportunity. Hey, it's a suspicious bush. I wonder what's in here. Oh, a shitload of spiders. Actually wasn't expecting a shitload of spiders. I figured it was just going to be another bandit. That's our first heart complete in Kessex. That one was just irritating me, that's all. Whoop! Over there? No, it's all the way back in there. It's the POI. Pardon me, I need to grab that POI. Pardon me, coming through.
Help me over here.
Okay, I'm sure someone will help you over there. While they're helping you, I'm outies. event going on there. Soldier Warren, thank you. Good work. Couldn't have done it without you, whatever it is we're doing.
Greetings. I watch over this place and all visitors as if they were my own special.
Well, a pleasure to meet you, young man.
They actually have.
I'll buy you coffee.
Yes, coffee. That
You
would
could
be
always
great.
try guessing.
No, I'm good.
Let's see, which ones do I need? Iron, copper, steel. So we just need the wood. Choppity chop.
Goodbye.
So,
Salutations,
ever been to Lion's Arch?
No, but we're going there
Let's see if we've got
Oh, you should let me take you. I've been
anything else worth keeping over here.
things I've seen. The glorious things. You should see them.
Pants I can't wear.
A
A chest piece that's not as good as what I'm already wearing.
Still, I imagine that means it must be fresh in your mind.
And there's
Power
so
flow at
talking with
30%.
anybody they can find.
Rerouting.
I've even seen
Are you
Quaggan
trying
Chief
to
or
remember
whatever
for me?
they are
There
waddling
may
about.
be a tasty
No,
fish in it
thanks.
for
My
you.
God, so many people talking at once. What's wrong with you people? We gotta check the bushes. There's a hero point back here, I think. If my tiny little brain remembers correctly. It does. It's nice having a brain.
Take that!
That's another hero point. I think I've got enough to get some more training in, I think. No, I'm wrong. I'm entirely wrong. Right, back to murdering things, you know, the way we do. Bushes for bandits, clear mud wallows, and call hostile creatures. There's another hero point down here, I think. Mud wallow? Revive the Lion Guard. Well, we can do that in a minute. Another level, 36, I think. Indeed it is, 36. Completing Renown Hearts 2. All right, we need to do, well, we're doing Renown Hearts, so we're going to finish that off relatively quickly. Down goes the Vim. All right, an enchanted meat rack, surrounded by ghostly undead worms and stuff. I'm sure that's just a delicious treat. It's powerfully weird meat. It's a delicious treat. And if you don't believe me, ask Dralthor, possibly Drythor.
We have
Probably
completed the
Dralthor.
task at hand.
No, it looks like it's Drythor. Let's just... there was enough space to mount. Until there wasn't. Alright, that event is still waiting there for me to res the dead guy. Or possibly dead guys. There's one of them resed, and I'll res the other one too. Me and another player, Abigail Lightsword. Wow, that's a mighty suspicious looking bush. Ah, a bandit! What were the odds?
They aren't so tough.
They aren't so tough. I'm doing all the work here.
Wrong choice.
Not sure where they're going. But we've got a suspicious bush, and, you know. That's a heart. I have no clue where they're going.
Let's take a break. My feet are killing me.
Take a break? Oh my god.
Did
No
you see
wonder.
that?
The freaking Lion Guard. They're almost as bad as the Seraph.
Cover me.
Do not resist.
Yeah, they're not resisting anymore, trust me.
Eat my dust.
Well, I would never put it in exactly those terms, but sure, eat my dust.
Now I shall break you.
I've done this much, so hopefully they will eventually finish off whatever it is the hell they're doing. Or actually, whatever the hell it is we're doing for them.
You must like pain.
Well, maybe a little bit, you know. Not pain, but that good kind of pain. Veteran Mickey the Stool Pigeon. How did a stool pigeon ever live long enough to get to be a veteran? I'm gonna run the lap around the entire thing. Well, let me grab the vista over here first. Basically, they just ran a lap.
It seems like every time we take this route, something bad happens. At least it was only
Yeah, you both
bandits today.
died.
They're easy.
Losers.
Relatively. True.
God. It is so hard to get good help these days.
Someone get over here and help me.
Okay. I'll help.
If only I could.
One of my favorite messages you can get from NPCs. If only I could... It's like, I wish I had... dies.
You're kidding, right?
It's so deliciously sad. Got some oregano, or oregano, depending on where you're from. Ooh, silver. Working on another heart. Well, we got the pure seedling, but I think the other ones still count for the adventure guide achieves, which are good XP. Very good XP. If you are new to the game and wondering how you can advance a little bit quicker, follow the adventure guide. Help the Seraph assault Centaur camps. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Centaur banners. One second, please. We've got another one. That's 2 tonight. I normally don't get 2 commercial solicitations like that. It is that one in particular I have seen countless times before. The exact same thing, only the name is different. Now, if you can't even be bothered to handcraft your spam, well, insert profanity here. But I mean, literally, verbatim, that exact same message I have gotten in the last year, probably a dozen times, maybe 2 dozen. The only difference is the Discord. They love the vibe I'm creating.
Thank you for all your help.
What a pile of crap. And also, it's even more insulting that it's the exact same thing every time, except for the Discord name. It's like, do you not know that I can recognize immediately it's the same freaking thing I've seen a dozen times before? That is insulting. UI. Level 37. New and improved. Pretty clothing. That's new dyes, guys. New dyes.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
Probably 293. That one's probably getting... No, not that is an improvement. All right.
Now I shall break you.
Now I shall break you. We've got something going on in here. We're... Well, resin. more centaur waves will be coming, evidently. Well, this will speed up the heart. And this last batch will finish off the heart. And perhaps at some point that event will finish and I'll get a delicious gold medal. Tasty. Not as 38, 36, not as good as the pants I'm currently wearing, sadly.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
I too was manufactured to the highest standards, or at least my parents assured me that that was the case.
I will live on.
I will live on. Really? I think so. Ooh, something you don't see every day. Oh, I thought it was the pet. No, it's the dead widow. So I missed the widow fight. Makes me sad. I'm over it. Inside is a POI. We're going into downtown. Bandit Town.
A little help?
Sorry, I don't do helping people. Hero, I've got more important things to do than to help you hoi polloi. Hoi polloi is a great word. In there. My brain is telling me I missed one. At one of the centaur camps. And that will be the last thing I'll have to track down for the whole damn map, most likely. But hey, life's that way sometimes. Got points again? We do have points. We're putting them into spite. Hey, is Belinda here? I heard she was hanging around here. That's a Living World Season 2 reference. Kind of a dark one. Oh, please. Can we not do that? Yes, there's a champion over there. I am not so confident of my abilities as to try and take on a champion solo. Well, I'm carrying a big rock, and I want to use it as a weapon, so... Oh my god, someone throw it at... Can I reach? I don't think I can reach. Maybe I can reach? Nope, out of range. And this is probably going to explode on me. Like that. Roy the Crimson. You know, I'm going to give him a pass. Seems like a nice guy from here, you know. I don't personally know him. And sure, he's hanging out with bandits, which is not a good sign. But I would hate to hold who he chooses to associate with, to hold that against him. I believe in freedom of association. You know, unless we're talking about the National Basketball Association, there's nothing free about that. Catch. Spike trap. Spike trap. We have another waypoint. I'm just going to murder some centaurs.
I need help!
And we are out of the area. That's always the problem. The area here makes it very unwelcoming unless there's the event going on.
More will come.
If the event is on, it's pretty fast and easy to get the heart done. If it's not, well, if it's not, it's not. I know that sounded a bit repetitive. A bit tautological, perhaps. Why settle for a small word when an overly large word can serve the same purpose? A point of view often espoused by one of my characters named Prolix Verbose. I like blown up at all today. I'm picking up the unexploded shots. Normally it's like 90% of the time you get that, you get blown up. We'll grab the iron ore, and then we'll hit that unexploded shot, which will no doubt blow up again. Well, he got knocked down. I didn't. Haha. Alright, heart complete. We are 40% done with the map. A POI. Grab that and sell the junk that is in our trunk, so to speak. Or silver ore. It'll be silver, or it won't. So they have trebuchets. How on earth could you miss, sir? You had a flying turtle. How do you miss when you've got a flying turtle?
I need help!
Go ahead and grab the silver ore. More ore. Not more door. No, more ore. There we go. That thing's not destroyable. That thing is. So the trebuchets are destroyable, but not the catapults. Apparently, whoever builds their catapults for them, much better than whoever's building the trebs. Oh yeah, Wrathy Overlord is up. That's another question.
Not even a...
Isn't he in here? Am I not seeing him? He's dying, wherever he is. Oh, he's over there.
You have no hope of defeating me. Your little attack will accomplish nothing. We will take your land, break your bones, and burn away all traces of your race.
Dude, you died in mid-speech. That's embarrassing, okay? We expect more from our enemies. You can do better. You can be better.
More will come.
You don't have to be the lame jerk you've always been. And the treb should be the heart.
That's
it is the heart and a level. Up and away. Waypoint. We are 45% done with the map now.
Couldn't have done it without you.
We've already done everything that they could want us to do, so. Yay us. Couldn't have done it without you guys. That's gonna hurt, isn't it? Yeah, a little. Not much. Have I already done that hero point? I guess not. Looks like no. It's inside, that's right. That's the one inside. Die two legs, come on. I like to consider myself a 3 legs at the very least, if you know what I mean. It was a dick joke.
Back me up!
Your victory will be short-lived.
I will commune with this place of power. Jesu Domine. Dona eis requiem. Old guy Monty Python reference. Yes, I know they didn't invent that. Thank you. No one actually said anything like that. to get
Most
ahead
remarkable.
of him. Warhorn 333. I haven't got one, you know? Well, now I do. Spear gun? Can't use it. What do we got? Got the heart and the Vista down there. And an event here. This is... Gotta kill crates. Great hypnosis. Knock him on his fat ass. Possibly her. I never really know. Hypnos sounds like it could be female now. That's one. There's 3 remaining. Well, I didn't see them. So obviously, they're not really a problem. Let's grab the Vista and then finish off this heart. Oh, please. ArenaNet, I will once again beg your indulgence. Please do for 2 other things what you did for ley lines. Allow us on the Skyscales to disable the wall cling and what's the other one? The wall cling's the big one. There's a second one that I can't remember off the top of my head because dumb.
The undead are amassing an army in the swamp. Hurry! Stop them before we are overrun.
I picked up a gourd. I am carrying water in my gourd.
I'm feeling fulfilled. Your contribution was more than sufficient.
I'm so glad I could make you fulfilled.
I appreciate you.
Well, that's appropriate. Grub! So grub means larva, but grub also means food. I have no desire to eat larvae. Pus shrooms. I wonder what the meeting was like where they came up with pus shrooms. Alright, we need awful sounding things for the undead area. Anyone got anything? Mushrooms. That's not bad enough. You can do... We need something more disgusting. Pus shrooms? Okay, now we're talking. That's horrible. Perfect. You got a silver completion for that. The one with the hypnosis. This is the bandits one. Yeah, I thought, okay, I'm not used to coming at it from this angle. I was a little confused.
Get over here and help me.
Hard to believe. I certainly don't seem like I'm easily confused by things. Honest, the brain's still actually in pretty good working condition on the basic stuff.
Get over here and help me.
Occasionally has problems with data retrieval, shall we say. That's not the worst part of getting. Worst part of getting old is, you know, shorter of breath and one day closer to death. But on a day-to-day basis, the worst part is not being able to get the information back out of my head the way I used to be able to. Used to be really good at coming up, you know, if you've got a word or a name on the tip of your tongue and you try to come up with it. I used to be really good at that. Now I'm terrible. Not getting any better. Well, yes, I will light those explosives on fire and then run away. The really annoying thing is if I almost can remember. I know there's a word, let's say, I'm looking for. I remember it begins with a letter, and then I come up with the wrong answer for the word I'm trying to remember. But the more I think about it, I can only keep coming up with that same answer because my brain has said, I told you once. I'm going, no, but it's not right. I need another answer. Well, I'm sorry, that's the answer you're going to get. Names and words in particular, I have that issue with. Hey, we're about to finish this one off. That's another heart. We are 53% complete with the map now. So my suggestion for you guys is just stay young. Can't be that difficult. So yeah, opt in to staying young. I know when you're young, it's, I can't wait till I'm a grown-up. Well, you know, once you're a grown-up, just stop there. Trust me on that. I was going to say, would I lie? But of course I would lie. I'm not lying, but I would lie. You know what I wanted to do with my evening? I wanted to be a pig. So, pig magic. I'm a pig. Hi, how you doing? That's not what we wanted. I don't think that's what we wanted either. All right, what is it? That's the shake off, that's the run, that's the bite. All right. And I missed. Oh, I'm on fire. I smell like bacon. I don't think I got one of the things we're looking for. Not yet. All right, in we go. I will pick up the truffle. I will bring it over to Matiao. Once again, I'm on fire. I'll pick up another truffle. Bring it over to Matiao. All right, yeah, you breathe fire at me. Well, the idea of a flame-breathing larva the size of a small car is visually terrifying. I want nothing to do with that. Let's see, we smell. Nope, that's the dig or something, right? Yeah, that's the forage. We smell. I didn't see any. Oh, okay, there we are. Now we forage. I have a truffle. We run back over to Matiao. Well, somebody ran through here and they didn't kill the 2 veteran Ettins. Thanks, guys. Why would you even come through here if you weren't going to kill the Ettins? I don't know. People, you know, what are you going to do? There it is. Grub. Truffle. Run. Although I probably shouldn't run when I'm on fire. That's probably not the right choice. Motlal? Sorry, I think I said Matial. Yeah, Motlal, I think. Fuck you. Sure, you can set me on fire like 4 times, but I draw the line at like 4. Another person going through, or possibly the same person going through. Looks like they may have killed them. Thanks to them. Motlal, I think we're still 1 short, right? How about if we sniff? And forage. Should be enough, I think. And then we have one of the trickiest, if you're not aware of it. One more. Forage, 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 forage. Forage. Yay. One, if you're not aware of that it's there, one of the hardest POIs to find. Wow, looked like I fell over dead. That wasn't cool. It's over here. And if you don't know it's there, you could go for quite some time.
Time to blaze a trail.
Before you would realize that you had to blaze a trail. Well, I'm in here. We'll go ahead. We'll grab the iron ore. I hope I got a hole somewhere for, you know, air to come in and the smoke to go out. Because otherwise, that would be fatal. The Toxic Spider Queen is up. I doubt I could get there in time. I can try. Right? Which one is closer? That one, I think. I'm gonna try. We'll see if I can get it. Probably not, but wrong way. I'm guessing we're too late. Which case they killed like the last third of it really quick. No, it's still up. I'm gonna get there in time. Don't know. Oh, it's not up. There's just an event. Fine, but I'm here, so we'll help. Yeah, it was here. I think there's a POI over here. I think. But I might be mistaken. No, there's a POI. Yay! I remembered. Bad guy up there. Champion. Yeah, no. 2 of us? No. Half a dozen? Absolutely. It's a time thing. Even if we could finish it, which we might be able to. You know, I'm not terrible. And all of my undeadies are back. That toxic seedling did not have the actual toxic seedling, nor did that one. I am a toxic spore cleaner, however. Cleanser. The Nightmare Unveiled Mastery. That's achievement points. Oh, we did get the pristine one. More Seraph. Seraph remains with the Seraph badge. Drop these off with Sergeant Rain. Grab an air purifier. And drop it off in an air purifier location. It's a hallucination. Life itself is merely a particularly persuasive hallucination. I mean, it's not actually true, but it sounded good to me. Seraph remains. A couple more stocks. I guess this makes me a stalker? It might be something different. Seraph remains. Make the badges back. To Sergeant Rain. Where's this Lieutenant Cloudy with a chance of meatballs? 299 Warhorn, not as good. New boots, not as good. Another air purifier here. Where's the nearest purifier location? Over there. Bandits are good for progress. Some, at least. Scale or not? How about the toxic worm? It should be. It's there. Okay, I would like to complain that I was not actually in the Splody area of that Splody. Okay, veteran toxic worm green, sure. Knock it down, please. Have to hit me. I mean, I think that's just picking on the undead person.
Nice. Very nice.
Am I complimenting myself on my combat prowess? Nice. Very nice. Hard complete. Got another event going on. Centaur bridge repairs. I just don't think of the Centaurs as being much in the way of architects.
Will be short-lived.
Oh, the Centaur morale's at 1%. I would like to get another bit of damage in.
I just keep getting better and better.
Again, more not so subtle self-promotion. I just keep getting better and better. We have 2 new items of attire, which means we don't like the first dye, random dye job. We can help ourselves to a second. And who knows, maybe even if we do like the first one, we can go with a second. Currently, we look just a little bit like that. The new dyes will be... Drumroll. Is that drumroll? Oh my god. That it almost looks the same, really. It's got one of the, light pastels. I don't mind at all the rust. The rust, I think, is nice there. But I gotta say, the blue ice ain't cutting it for me. So, we'll hit it again. It's even worse. But rules are rules. It's not like I made these rules up. Actually, yeah, never mind. Another POI. We are 62% done with the map. All right, fine. We'll do the water heart now. Or hearts. Ugh. Before I go in, let's change the water skills so that they're the same. So that's Shadow Fiend. Yeah. The other two, I guess, can't be used. I know. Bone minions can. There we go. And we'll see if hitting the water with the exact same pets keeps them standing up, as I don't know. It does, all right. That is a plus. Let's see, what are we doing here? Clear tower debris, rescue quaggins, kill quaggins, predators, collect tasty crab. I assume the hermit crabs are the unhappy owners of crab meat. Although technically it says tasty crab meat. This just said crab meat. I don't think actually the hermit crabs have it. I think the tasty crab meat probably comes out of the traps. No, just another hermit crab. Quaggan hatchlings free. There's an event. We would like to use the event to get some more stuff. There's another player down here. There's a Vista. Kumalana Vista. Couple of veterans. Crab trap. It's a crab trap. It's a suicide rap. Because, baby, we were born to swim. Right, bust up the debris. Bustin'. Because it makes me feel good. That's an old guy reference. Movie reference. Shark. I helped Moogaloo Village. I'm so glad I could help them. Got another shark. Shark incoming. There is a professional hockey team. The local professional hockey team is the San Jose Sharks. And I used to be a season ticket holder. Their first few seasons in San Jose. Mind you, their first 2 seasons in the NHL, they were not in San Jose. They were in the Cow Palace in South San Francisco. That was too far a commute, so when they came to San Jose, season tickets. 94 was the first season, I believe, in San Jose, and that was the year they made the playoffs for the first time in their 3rd year as the 8th seed, and then defeated the number 1 seed in the whole damn thing, the Detroit Red Wings. And Hall of Fame coach of the Red Wings, Scotty Bowman, walked off without shaking hands with everyone. One of the biggest upsets in Stanley Cup history. Although actually, technically not that big of an upset, because for the last quarter of the season, the last 20 or 21 games, the Sharks had the 2nd best record in hockey. Ooh. So they were certainly underdogs, and appropriately so. Almost there. They were not as big an underdog, or shouldn't have been as big an underdog as they were. This guy will give me the heart completion. Yay! Adventure Guide. So that is Adventure Guide Chapter 2. We're currently level 39. This should be good for at least a level, maybe.
One more thing for my list of accomplishments.
Yeah, I was at 39.5. I'm now at 42.5. So that was worth about 3 levels. We got a new hat. And a different new hat.
You can never have too much treasure.
Yeah, over 3 levels for finishing that off, and then also cashing in a bunch of the Adventure Guide Tier 3 stuff. That's why the Adventure Guide is strongly recommended. All right, we'll put this one on. Oh, look, this other one we've got is, oh, this is the Aqua Breather, so we actually get to wear both. I'm okay with that. Technically, 2 items of attire.
Begin destruction protocol.
Does mean up to 2 rolls of the random dies. Not dice, dies. Here we go. tell you, the country blue here, that whatever that is, that seems to always be getting a color I'm not particularly nuts about. So we will try again. Wow, that is appalling. Perfect. Those dyes are fresh green, plum, matriarch brass, which is a good dye, and gray. There we are. It's pretty awful. Not gonna lie. Not gonna do. That's not the best looking of things one could come up with. Hail, mighty hero. Codicus's manor awaits. No, thank you. Dungeons? Yes, as soon as we get single-player versions of the dungeons, I will do them. That's one thing they have done in WoW. That is something that Guild Wars 2 team could steal. The latest expansion, The War Within, they added all of the storyline dungeons now have NPC mobs you can go through them with. So single player dungeons for the storyline stuff, and it is freaking great. And I wish they would do that here. A retrofit on dungeons would be most welcome indeed. As I've only done a couple of them. Is that the... Oh, the Champion Toxic Alchemist. Not by myself, thanks. That guy's going in. Oh, all right, there we go. I'm going in.
I'm so good it hurts.
I've used an elite skill. That took me up to level 43.
I appreciate the help.
That was not optimal at all.
Help me, please.
All right, I'm going to try to res the other person over here.
So fragile.
After we get rid of the toxic badness dude here.
I appreciate the help.
Up.
So cold.
Three of us here. Okay, more.
Give my creation life.
Another player coming in. Good old-fashioned dynamic groups.
Refreshing.
That ought to just about do it.
Let me show you pain.
I Level 43. We broke an enemy's defiance bar. Got another heart over here that we know. Well, I know there's one over here. In this little podunk fishing village. We'll get this one after we get one over here by the mine. POI here too, inside, I think. Vista as well? Maybe? Yeah. We are 71% complete with the map.
Take the mine. Kill the two legs. Trample them all into
Kill the two legs.
Evacuate the mine.
Hi, guys.
Hurry. Everyone out of the mine.
I will live on.
Oh, look, more friends.
The mine's under attack. Someone please help us.
Well, the undead guys are on your side. That may be a surprise.
I will live on.
I'm not thinking you're going to live on. It'll be a bitter pill to swallow. That's another heart complete.
Will live on.
Probably not. Put all this stuff away. $297 on the axe, not as good. Shields I don't use. Not quite as good, even though it's white quality. Nearly, though. Thought we were done with you guys. Level 44. Oh, Heart Vendor, may I sell some stuff to you, please? Another event complete. Heart Vendor. Heart Vendor. Engineer Gilly. Can I sell a boatload of crap? And throw away the cloth aqua breather. Right, we finished this one. Now we're going to go back down to the Podunk Fishing Village and take care of that one. Podunk. Fun word to say. Totally dismissive. I have no idea what the origin of Podunk is. All right, me and my boys are swimming. Ooh, barracuda. Bum, ba, ba, dum, bum, ba, ba, dum. Old guy music reference. Toxic sludge. Shrimp trap, lovely little shrimp trap. Another old guy. Well, it's to say musical reference, even though it is a musical reference, technically. More of a comedy reference, really. Dr. Demento, if you're old enough to remember Dr. D. Then you're old. Barracuda knockbacking punks. And we managed to piss off 2 Thunder Shrimp. Shrimp's back on the menu, boys. Alright. More sludge and we'll kill a shark. My shark's bigger than your shark. Part complete. Alright. Nice. Oh, please. Can we not do that? Fine. Whatever. What's our percentage now? We are at 76%. The new player experience can be very difficult in Guild Wars 2. This may sound strange, but the more time you've spent playing more conventional MMOs can make it a little more difficult. Simply because there is a learning curve. It plays very differently. If you've played WoW, then for all intents and purposes, you've also played Star Wars The Old Republic, you've played Lord of the Rings Online, you've played Final Fantasy XIV. They play so similarly in most ways that you could basically go from one to the other, and sure, there'd be a learning curve, but most of it would consist of going, oh, I see how they do this. Guild Wars 2 does things a lot differently. My biggest advice if you're going in is be patient, because things work differently. For instance, in this game, the skills on your hotbar depend on the weapons you're using, as an example. And if you're a different profession or class from someone else using the same weapon, your attacks and skills are completely different. It doesn't use the classic trio, although there are all of those rules, or most of those rules. Makes total sense. Like if it's a different learning curve, it'll be incredibly steep. It's not incredibly steep. It's not as different as, say, Anarchy Online. I played a lot of Anarchy Online for a long time. It's not as far apart as that, to be sure. There are 9 professions, and every profession has a spec that can do almost everything. Can be done by one spec from every class. So you can, the sort of standard, instead of the standard tank, healer, damage, what we have here usually is DPS. And then usually you'll have, there are 2 boons, buffs that you can give that are very important, quickness and alacrity. And so most of the time what you'll have is you will have a healer who also does either alacrity or quickness. You'll have a damage who does either alacrity or quickness. And then a lot of times you'll also have some pure DPS and usually a support who's going to do a little bit of DPS or a little bit of healing and a bunch of buffs. So it's not the classic tank healer damage, but there is sort of a similarity in that you're going to have supports and you're going to have damage and you're going to have at least one healer. That's for a normal, like, group of 5 for a dungeon. A 10-man content, you're going to double those numbers. 1 for each group of 5, basically. The wiki is an incredible resource for a new player. You definitely want to know about the wiki. Well, and it's only really needed if you're doing difficult content. For the open world stuff, like I'm running around doing here because I'm leveling up a character, it's really not important. You just can choose a weapon set that does decent damage or does stuff that you want. So in this case, I am running a Necromancer. I'm using a couple of the weapons that were added later in the game. So if you were a free-to-play player, initially you wouldn't have access to these. I'm dual-wielding swords, which is mostly a ranged spec. And I'm also using a 2-hand spear, which is mostly a melee spec. But I have access to all of these other weapons here. And you can have any 2 sets of weapons equipped and swap between them about every 8 or 10 seconds. And all of the attacks and skills do different things on all of these weapons. And so the weapons you use and the profession or class you're playing determines what your 1 through 5 skills are going to do. You're going to have here is a profession mechanic where I can go into Death Shroud.
I am dead.
And I get 5 entirely new things off my hotbar and basically get a second life bar as well. That's a class feature. Normally, you have a healing skill in your 6th slot. That'll heal yourself and a lot of times other players and can also provide other buffs. You have 3 utility skills that can be any of the utility skills, and then you have an elite skill. And that's sort of like the basic. You're used to probably having multiple hotbars. You have only 1 here, but a lot of times you can swap things around to change up a hotbar. How does it handle respec? I can respec all of my points. Well, almost everything. The one thing you can't respec is your points that you learn skills with and that you learn specializations with. But when you hit the end game, you will have all of these points spent already, and then you can freely change it up. If you're not in combat, you can change everything. Change your armor so that you have different spec points. So for instance, my helm, try that again. My helm has precision and condition damage as attributes. These are all the attributes. So you can change from a spec that is about healing and hit points. You can change on the fly to one that's about condition damage and reducing damage between combats. And you can change up all of those. You can change your spec, you can change your skills, you can change the weapons. So respec is really easy with just the one caveat that as you're leveling, you spend points in skills to give yourself new skills. And you spend points in specializations. And you can equip your first specialization line at 21, then 45, then 71. And at the end game, you can, instead of putting a 3rd specialization here, you can choose an elite specialization. So the elite specializations, for instance, for the Necromancer are Reaper, which is melee focused, Scourge, which is about healing and shields, and Harbinger, which is about dishing out a lot of condition damage. And once I maxed out the character and got all this stuff, I'll start filling in my elite specializations, and all of that stuff that you have obtained is swappable on the fly. And yes, one of the things that Guild Wars 2 does very well is encourages buildcraft. Now, is there a min-max optimal build for any given spec? Probably. Is it important? Only if you're at the very, very bleeding edge of endgame content is it important. If you're in a group and you say you're playing a particular spec, certain things might be expected of you, but most of the time you don't have to worry about it. You'll have more than enough damage if you're doing damage, as an example. Instead of multiple hotbars, it's more dynamic. It is based on, yeah, exactly. And every class's class mechanics can be quite different as well. The primary one you see most of the time for Necromancer is gathering life force so you can go into Shroud. But engineers have a thing called kits. They go in the utility bar over here, but they basically act like you're taking out a whole new weapon. Like a flamethrower or a bomb kit. I will also say that one of the great things about the game is you can try it completely for free. The whole game, as it launched 12 years ago, is the core game now, and that's free to play. With additional stuff on top of that. There are limits. I don't think you can buy from the auction house or sell on the auction house. I think you're limited and you can only reply to a tell from someone who sends you one who's a non-free-to-play player, and you're limited to 2 character slots. But if you find it interesting at all, I would strongly recommend at least trying it. I will also let you know that, for instance, when I first got into the beta, for about the first 2 hours, I thought maybe buying the game was a bad choice, that I'd made a mistake. It took a while for me to understand how it does things differently. I've sort of given you a heads up about that with, weapons, determining what skills are on your 1 through 5 bar. And that can either be a 2-handed weapon, which will give you all 5, or a 1-handed weapon for 1 through 3, and an offhand item for 4 and 5. That can be a shield or a torch or something like that. Yeah, there is no preset meta now. Again, at the very, very bleeding edge, there are obviously going to be optimal choices. But outside of that, and certainly for the open world gaming like I'm doing here for leveling, it's not necessary. Is there a region lock? There are the North American servers and the EU servers. That's it. I think, for instance, the Australians play on the NA servers. And I know there are a lot of people who play on both NA and EU. So the lag in that case is apparently manageable. And you can play, for instance, if you're in the EU and you have friends in NA, you can play on the NA server if you'd rather. Moving the account is, I believe, is a paid feature. The leveling process itself can be a little strange to players who are used to more conventional MMOs. There aren't really what you would refer to as quests. For instance, what I'm doing now is I'm just doing open world map completion. And so this is the current map I'm in, Kessex Hills. And there are hearts, which are like little mini quest hubs where you have to do things like maybe kill some stuff and gather some stuff and defend the place from an invasion or something like that to make heart progress. There are waypoints, points of interest, hero challenges, which give you a spec point, and vistas, which are just cool looking views. And all of these things give experience points. And then as you level up, it opens up more stuff. Been really insightful from someone who has zero clue on the game. Cheers on the heads up on region change, maybe being a paid feature to perhaps, if you make one of each. I believe it's account bound. I believe the account is locked to the region. However, if you've got another mail account, you can always create a second account. Also, you most likely want to use the client download from ArenaNet. It is available on Steam. It's available on Epic. But a lot of times, like the free giveaways and stuff, are not available on Steam or on the Epic Game Store. They basically they play on the same servers and everything, but the sort of game infrastructure for stuff like Twitch drops or giveaways and stuff is focused almost exclusively on the ArenaNet site client rather than Steam or Epic. Yep, crafting also gives you XP, not just the crafting XP, but it gives you XP, leveling XP. In fact, you can level all the way up. You'd probably need someone giving you materials, doing nothing but crafting. And because it does play so different, even if you buy some of the content and you get a free level up to level 80, I wouldn't recommend taking your first character and just doing the automatic level up bit. I would advise playing through the game, as it allows you to learn what the hell's going on with the game in a more controlled fashion. And this will finish out the heart. I have 13 of 14 complete. And when you finish a heart the way I just did, makes a lot of sense as they push their own platform. Yeah, it's more about the that maintaining the control over it here, rather than trying to grind out the appropriate bits and pieces for every single possible secondary provider. That coat is much better than what I'm wearing. I also have a habit What I do when I'm leveling up a new character is every time I get a new item of attire, this is what my actual attire looks like. But I'm wearing a cosmetic outfit that I got as a drop just a couple of days ago. And so I randomized the dyes. That's not bad. The cosmetic system here is extremely good in the game. Most items have 3 or 4 dye channels that you can put any dye you own in any dye channel. I will also note that dyes, outfit is like a vanity thing, but all dyes and a great many other things are account-wide unlocks. Most gear is account-bound once you put it on. Things like mastery points, which are endgame, sort of an endgame progression system, are account-wide. Very good free game on Epic right now. Yes, that's true. Fatbody is correct. Civ 6 Platinum Edition is available on Epic Game Store now for anyone interested in a Civilization game. Give up your life for a couple of weeks, maybe longer, if you get into it. So yeah, Vanity and Fashion Wars is kind of the end game. So for instance, you can change the dyes for free. If you want to change a cosmetic, it takes a transmigration charge. The same is true, for instance, if you want to change a weapon. So if I wanted to change my spear, I have unlocked the appearances account-wide for these many spears. So all of these spears are unlocked, spear appearances are unlocked for all of my characters on this account. That is 39 of them. I'm not well in the head. That's my defense. I'm not well in the head. I enjoy playing alts in this game. Leveling them up, speccing them out, all that good stuff. Account-wide means any character has it unlocked as long as it's on that email. Exactly. Yeah, if you're a person who enjoys alts, I would not go so far as to say, for instance, there are games where alting is kind of required, like, say, Lost Ark. A lot of times, the Asian grinder games, they may not require it verbatim. They may not say you have to do it, but if you really want to progress your characters, you kind of literally have to. Pardon me. That's not the case here. But I think a large proportion of the regular players will have at least one character of each class. That's not required, anything like that. You don't gain a huge advantage from it, other than if your group is looking for a specific spec. That's about it. I think any of us are 3 a.m. in this time zone, so I'm going to guess UK? I can't remember if that's 8 or 9 hours ahead right now. First MMO I really got into, you mentioned it, Anarchy Online. I tried Ultima Online, and for whatever reason, didn't like it. Now, if I'd been ganked or griefed or anything like that, I would remember. So that wasn't what happened. I played it, I just didn't like it. For whatever reason. So that's the first one that ever really I got into, was Anarchy Online. But the one that sunk its teeth into me in the biggest way ever was Star Wars Galaxies. But as far as the amount of time I've played, wow. I have over 6,000 hours in World of Warcraft. Where's the cave? I have almost 6,000 hours in Lord of the Rings Online. I have over 5,000 hours in this game. Destiny Central. I'm Pacific. I'm Pacific time. I am in the lovely and scenic Silicon Valley. Spoiler, it's neither lovely nor scenic. It depends on the time of year. UK is 7 or 8. And then from there we get into what? Central European time, which is what? Deutschland, Germany? So right now, what I'm doing is I am trying to clean up the last few things in the map I have to finish map completion. There's no special bonus for map completion. You get a couple of items and some crafting bits, but you can get lucky and get a key for opening up the lock boxes, which is where a lot of the coolest cosmetics come from. That's one of the ways they make their money, is with a lockbox. Where did that POI go? There it is. Is that on the other side? Oh, we have a heart over here. Where are we at? 80%? 85? 85% done with the map. All right, now this one we need to go in for. Wonder if you've seen the recent retrospective on Anarchy Online from someone's new player experience in modern day. Oh, was it Josh Strife-Hayes? Did he do Anarchy Online? I have not. I will definitely check that out. I've watched a good amount of Josh Strife-Hayes' stuff. By the way, he is a huge fan of this game. Something so satisfying about 100% completing something. Yeah, well, and this has a significant reward if you map complete all of the core game maps. You get a couple of items that are used in making legendary weapons. Now, legendary weapons are mostly quality of life. They are tied for the most powerful items in the game. So if you have a legendary sword and an ascended sword, which is another type of sword, they have the same stats. But there's a lot of really good quality of life for legendary items. I think a while ago you saw his vid on it, but you forgot his review on Expedition 33, not an MO. Yeah, well, it's gotten incredible reviews. 33 has. And I would play it, except I do not like the real-time defense requirements, where you have to make real-time parries and stuff like that. Other than that, the game looked really, really good. But that's just a mechanic I'm not good at and I don't like. So it's a combo platter for me. Is this the POI? Yeah, it is. Yeah, Drostrive Hayes' worst MMO ever reviews are generally really good. But I don't think I've seen his one for Anarchy Online. And I can imagine that was a tough one for him, because a lot of the stuff in AO is, let's be polite, unforgiving. It's an old school MMO where you can screw up your character. Ooh, a veteran. Yeah, I'm playing a Necromancer. Generally, at endgame, the build, Necromancers are not going to be using minions, because the minions are not especially strong, and endgame content tends to be, will tend to kill them before they can be anything like effective. But for leveling, especially if I'm leveling and blabbing at the same time, I like the mobs. I like the minions. It's fewer buttons to press, generally speaking, and so while leveling, because leveling is pretty straightforward and easy. The AO one drew up a lot of controversy. Oh, that's right. I remember him talking about how unhappy the Anarchy Online players were with his review. I do remember, I don't know, a month or two ago, him talking about that. But frankly, having played Anarchy Online for an extensive period of time, that is an entirely accurate and fair description of the game. It is not friendly to new players. Hell, I've gone back a few times over the last, say, 5 years and played some. And it was quite a chore trying to remember how things worked in the game. So it's not just that it's not new user-friendly. It's kind of not old user-friendly. Now, I still have fond memories of the game. And had an enormous amount of fun in the game. And I think there were some cool, interesting systems and classes and stuff in the game. But I have no illusions about the fact that it was not friendly then, and it's not friendly now.
Step up, workers.
I'm thinking of
You need to learn how to handle.
tired
We
of
have a
tourists
taker.
gaping at us like a
Those of you on the sidelines, pay attention.
I like my private
You're
life.
learning something.
Where will you go? Divinity's Reach, maybe.
And let's face it, at least as I remember it, a lot of the good stuff in the game was kind of hidden away. And so I'm sure it's more available now on the web than it was when we were playing originally to find the information you need to make informed decisions in the game. We're at 95%. I think a little bit of both. I think it was like it and it got bloated. So I think it was really obscure when I started. I started, I don't know, 4 months or 6 months after launch. It was really obscure. I was lucky I had the internet connectivity so that there were news groups on Usenet. This is before the web, that we could discuss things. But it is also bloated so that while they've clarified a lot of the core game, they keep adding stuff on. The expansions and stuff. Shadowlands was one of the expansions. So I think it is an old school game, and particularly different game system wise than most of the other old school games. That's not meant as as an insult or anything. It just played very, very different. But a lot of the games, you know, at the time were similar to Anarchy Online in that you could nerf your character while building it. There were mistakes you could make that were not quite, you know, fatal, but would significantly reduce the character's effectiveness. How did I miss a point of interest over here? Oh, the one by the gate? Oh my god. This is the gate where I came in, and yet here I am. I missed that one. All right, we've got what? 4% more. That's 2 or 3 thingies that I haven't found. I'm missing 1 POI and 1 hero point. See if we can find them on the map. That's the POI. Where's the hero point? Over there. Okay. Bang. Is this the frog hero point? I think it is. That's him. No, I didn't get here in time. I'll have to fight him myself. Hopefully in Fightful someone older really got into OSRS. I played a little bit of what I called New School RuneScape. I can see the attraction in New School. I assume that I know that old school is more popular by far.
Ceasefire. That should keep old Stinky operating just fine.
One more point of interest. Where are we? Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. Touchdown. The crowd goes wild. We will return. I'm in combat. Of course I am. Stupid shark. Note, water combat is completely different from land combat. Your skills change. Got put off RS3 thing. Yeah, it's called RS3 is the real name. Yeah, I call it New School RuneScape. Due to microtransactions and inconsistencies. Microtransactions seems to be a pretty standard complaint. Just appeals to you as a click. I can understand the, not meant in a bad way, put your brain in neutral and just play. I'm a big fan of ARPGs, so, you know, Path of Exile, Diablo, Last Epoch, and I'll be playing Torchlight Infinite probably tomorrow. And a lot of those, what I enjoy is the repetitive, put my brain in neutral and just blast mode. That is for completing the map. That is where we're at. Points-wise, we have points. We'll finish off or close to it. Spite? Not quite, huh? Very, very close to opening up the second spec line. A second monitor game. Yeah, ARPGs aren't quite that. You do have to pay attention. So what we have is, this is the reward for finishing off the map completion. Give me a key. I didn't get a key.
The gods smile on me.
But that does open the second specialization line.
Good to meet you.
What is it?
I'm normally on from 5 p.m. Pacific to about 7 p.m. Pacific. So from about 2 hours previous to this to now is normally when I'm on. It's MMORPGs, ARPGs, single-player RPGs. In the last year and a half, I've gotten into the survival crafting genre. So recently I streamed for more than a month. I streamed nothing but Dune Awakening. That's the majority of the stuff I play. We will now add Spite. All right. Shroud skills grant a might. Deal increased strike damage to foes with no boons. Consume conditions to regain health when you use a healing. That's not bad. Chilling a foe. We'll go with that one, I think. Spinal Shivers, chill your target. When their health is below 50%, that's not bad. Might grant you more power and less Condi damage. Signets, steal health and remove boons. Well, we're not currently using Signets, we'll go with that. And Inflicting Fear. Restrike damage to enemies below the threshold. Yeah, we'll go with that. So we just hit 45. More hero points. That'll allow us to finish out the second spec line. Works for you. Be able to catch a few of them. Dune Awakening should be so good from all I've seen. Arc Raiders. I watched a good bit of Shroud playing Arc Raiders. I don't like PvP games. I'm still going to play Arc Raiders. I know a lot of people have asked the devs to bring out PvE only Arc Raiders servers, and if they do, I am so there. That, please, if you're out there, devs, listen to those people who said that thing. They're smart. Do that. Make me happy. PvE Arc Raiders servers, please. And Dune Awakening, like I said, I have over 200 hours in the game. It's been out a month and 10 days. Month and a week. 2 weeks. Month and 2 weeks, actually. I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm still enjoying it. I'm playing it off stream. So. Over here. Cripple nearby foes, remove their boons when you enter Shroud. I haven't been entering Shroud much, so. We'll put this stuff away. New shoulders. They are better. Wear them. The axe is a 381 axe. That's better. Those shoulders, not as good. Staff. It is a 313 cap. Staff, not as good. Those shoulders I can't wear. There's a transmutation charge, which is used for changing the appearance of a clothing item into a different clothing item. Go. All that is cleaned up. That is cleaned up. Consume those. Consume that. Sell the junk. And I'm going to call it an evening. Thank you, Kuna Meow.
Act with wisdom.
I appreciate you hanging out, and I am glad I could answer your questions. I enjoy talking about the games that I enjoy playing. So that's always welcome. I am going to be calling it an evening here. I want to thank the rest of you. What the heck? I want to thank all of you for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Most likely with Torchlight Infinite. Might be back with Guild Wars 2. Most likely Torchlight Infinite. I'll probably actually start playing that this evening, if I had to guess. We'll see. If you're not familiar with it, Torchlight Infinite is an ARPG. It is, I think originally was, or is also a mobile game and PC game, but it has one of the better PC ports. I will say that it is, for a mobile game with a PC port, the PC port is better than 95% of all console PC ports. Console PC ports are one of my personal bugaboos these days. So, tomorrow, usual time, one of those two games, by far the most likely. Again, thank you very much for hanging out. As always, I'm very appreciative. Hopefully you will see me soon. I hope the rest of your Saturday night, or possibly Sunday morning, goes great, and the rest of your weekend is awesome. Take